There you are, playing your favorite modern shooter, when suddenly, you're a woman. You didn't want this, you didn't ask for this, and yet, there it is. Stop this. Stop normalizing women. Hi, this is Extra Credits, and we're fucking retarded.
It's Ripster's time to shine. It's my time in the sun, baby. Now let's see what we got going on today. Come on, you're giving me this? Don't we have anything more contemporary? Like Axe Lord, Tales of the Stale Box Art, or Bazookas and Bazongas 2, Gold Edition. Why do I get stuck with the independent title? Oi, quit your complaining. But I don't want to do this one. I know he's got better stuff to play. Yeah, well, Admiral Stuck in the 90s got to do the video game adaptation of Toy Story 2, and we won't even get into the crapfest I had to shit through.
Oh, God.
So just shut your trap, play the game, and be thankful you get to do your episode before Down Syndrome Morgan Freeman. I must admit the vernacular with which you have chosen to describe my visage is indeed hurtful for many reasons, not the least of which being their level of truthfulness. However, were I a lesser man, I would engage in joculations on how your skull structure requires you to turn your head 180 degrees just to look at what's in front of you like some sort of nautical chicken. But as I am not that lesser man, I find myself with but one retort. Fuck you too. Jesus Christ, this episode is going to be agony. Listen, do your job, be glad for the spotlight, and wrap this shit up because I'd like to go home sometime soon. Go on, fucking do it. I'm out. Well, can't be as bad as at least the 4 games I've watched Captain Corpulence try to play, so fuck it. This is the Silent Hill homage brought to us by Primordium, properly titled Simulacrum, Chapter 1. If you want a case study on the overall difference between homage and replication, look no further than Lost in Vivo in today's subject. In the nearly unending hellscape that is a complete lack of Silent Hill titles on the horizon, or even a Stern, it's a nice breath of fresh, salty air to see a developer who not only quote-unquote gets it, but can actually replicate it piece by piece. Unfortunately, I haven't quite come to the conclusion on whether that's through sheer talent or from something else more related to copying other people's work. I'd like to congratulate the incredibly small development team of like 3 goddamn people on being able to make something that genuinely captures almost everything that's classic about Silent Hill, but that will almost generally be where the praise kind of ends. First and foremost, the game's controls are smooth as fuck. It's a triumphant accomplishment when you can make tank controls that spread like butter, and not only does the game control like the classic titles, but they managed to recreate that grainy filter it had without making it insanely intrusive or otherwise detracting from the game's visual work. The recreation of the stylings of the Otherworld are so goddamn spot on that, at times, I wondered if they simply hadn't ripped assets out and their crafting of puzzles was not only spot on to how the OG handled the clues, but they managed to take it all a step further. The atmosphere is that perfect, oppressive industrial nightmarescape that you want from an homage, with the aesthetic designs and small details filling out the world that really glue it all together. There's even a chase scene with a so-called angel that feels right at home. Thanks to their faithful replication of the old tank controls and knowing just how well it should handle, it gets that perfect sense of control but helplessness we grew up with. It's never stiff, but it never offers so much freedom and ease of movement that you're comfortable. As a matter of fact, you could almost say that the short little game acts as a microcosm of everything that is Silent Hill. Almost. Because unfortunately, the game falls short in the most important piece of all that crafting. Purpose. There's no symbolism. There's no twisted familiarity that there's really only even a ghost of a story. Whatever the monster that chases you once is, doesn't end up mattering throughout the experience. The ending, which just has the dumbest excuse for a hook I've ever seen, is intentionally designed to leave more questions than answers, but through the 90-minute to 2-hour experience, we don't even get clues to kick off the journey. As a matter of fact, we barely even get a journey. You wake up, your apartment's doorknob has gone missing, you step into a painting all within some 2 minutes of clicking on random things in the apartment. Once you arrive in the other world, the whole experience comes together for a series of puzzles that, while not super complicated, are clever and deep enough that you'll probably want to take some notes. You get a short chase sequence in the middle of it, followed by the last puzzle, which is just gruelingly lengthy, and that's it. 4 puzzles in a small, incredibly well-designed environment that I am at least happy to say left me wanting more. It's capped off by a cutscene where Hoggle tries to convince Jennifer Connelly to do something or another.
You do not want to share in the sacredness here. You reject our holy lord. I have offered you light, but if that is not your choice, your will, I'd much rather you and your heretic ways abscond.
Well, the little lady gave me the slip, but, I just hears her now, so, I was about to lead her back to the beginning.
It fails, she leaves, but there's that incredibly stupid hitch I mentioned of a cliffhanger. It's good! It's pretty damn good! But as it lacks that last level of inspiration and its short episodic nature preventing it from having a story, it ends up failing to be an experience that I would otherwise categorize as hitting the mark. It looks like Silent Hill, it plays like it sounds, feels, and quacks like it, but it never really captures that final essence of narrative theming. It always feels like it's missing something no matter what they throw at you. It's amazing that they can craft a sense of foreboding so strong that it's unsettling, but after the 40-minute mark where nothing had come around to threaten me, it just kinda wore off. The one chase sequence is almost as over as soon as it begins, and aside from just standing there menacingly, whatever the angel is supposed to be, he also seems to have forgotten what he's supposed to do, as he never threatens you again. The game is safe. Only one thing can harm you, and it only gets one chance, and then it's a laughingstock. The game goes so far into being an homage that it just starts ripping things we've already seen out and sliding them into this game. It's dirt cheap on their website, and for its short runtime, the puzzles are fun and creative enough to get your noggin jogging. If you like old Silent Hill, I guarantee you will enjoy this game, but it will never truly fill that Silent Hill hole in our guts because it's spending so much time recreating it, and it failed to come up with its own identity to drive the experience home. In the end, the best it can really ever be is a simulacrum. Alright, I did it! That's cool! We made it through the episode, guys! Yeah! Time for some fucking tacos, baby!